A young girl with light blue ties holding her dark hair back, and her little dog are catapulted into a strange and vibrant land and mentored to follow the yellow brick road. Our favorite wizard, Harry Potter, battles Lord Voldemort and his evil minions. We traverse galaxies far, far away as we go along with Luke Skywalker on his epic journey. Mr. Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, from our very youngest years, we have heard about these and a multitude of other characters as they go on their hero's journey. But what is a hero's journey? For simplification this morning, I'm going to break it into three parts. The first is the calling. It may be subtle, it may be overt, and it may be a major push. But it's that thing that causes our characters to leave the known and step into the unknown, which gets us to the second phase, where they begin their adventure, which is filled with challenges like flying monkeys or Darth Vader. But at that point is when the hero is faced with a decision of how they are going to proceed and engage these challenges, which brings us through to the third phase, because once they successfully complete their challenges, we find them in victory and transformation. And through this journey, we are with them. We feel the fear, the insecurity. We see them find their courage, and we cheer with them as they transform and find victory. But have you ever wondered, why is the story of the hero's journey draw us in? What is it? It transcends the idea of good over evil. It's because it connects with us at our very core of our being, where our calling to our personal hero's journey resides. And that calling may be just the flutter of an idea that, if not grasped and taken advantage of, goes on its merry way. Or it may be just the softest whisper. What if? What if? Or it may be a major push into the unknown, probably because you resisted the first two options. And that's actually the story of a young woman that I'm currently working with, where she found herself after 2 decades for the first time unemployed. And when I met her, you can imagine that she was filled with grief. She was completely lost. And she really didn't know what was coming next. I was looking at a really defeated individual. But she rallied. She gathered her resources, and more importantly, her support system. And my favorite line from her in all the times that we've worked together was the day when she giggled and almost scoffed and said, "I don't know what I was so afraid of." Because she is now relocating to the city where her significant other resides. And for the first time, they are going to be able to explore their relationship in close proximity. And more importantly, she, for the first time in her life, is honoring her values because she is going to pursue work that helps others. And it had always been a whisper in the back of her mind. What about helping others? And she always said, I figured volunteer work on the weekends was enough. And in all honesty, she said, I would still be at my job if I hadn't been pushed. She said, this has been a blessing in disguise. What is your calling? It may be something that seems to an outsider incredibly small and insignificant. It may be running your first 5K. And in that case, I would highly recommend consulting Craig for advice. It may be giving yourself 1 hour a week for personal self-care. Or it may be that you're going to face fear head on, just like Mike. Go back to school and start your own business and live the life that you are called to live. I know for me personally, it took 3 years of my life and a kick in the pants from the universe to step into the unknown. But I can't begin to tell you the myriad of emotions that overwhelmed me when I received my first signed contract from a client. And it is never too late. You may recognize the name Grandma Moses as a famous painter. She completed her first canvas at 76 years of age. You'll find her work in galleries across the globe, and one single painting sold for $1.2 million. We only get one life. What is your calling? What if? My challenge to you is when you hear that question, what if, the next time, change it to why not? And take the first smallest step into your hero's journey. Mr. Toastmaster.